George Meredith Lessard, Ph.D., of Redlands, California, passed away on January 5, 2026. George was born in San Jose, California on September 27, 1939, to Roy Beverly Lessard and Dorita Esther Toman. He went to boarding school at Newbury Park Academy, Linwood Academy, and Forest Lake Academy. After the death of George's father, Roy Lessard, the family spent several years as missionaries in Cuba during the Revolution. At the age of 19, George took this picture of Castro visiting the church school. George and Cheryl Nielsen were married in 1962. George remembers his first flight. In 1965, I was teaching high school in the Bay Area and had a student in my class who knew of my interest in things mechanical. He invited me to take a glider ride with his dad, Bob Fisher, who was the chief pilot at Sky Sailing in Fremont. I can still remember the exhilaration of catching the wave off of Mission Peak and soaring to 7,000 feet. I knew at that point that I must get into soaring. George and Cheryl's daughters, Elise was born in 1973 and daughter Margot was born in 1976. George's first 126, in which he earned his silver badge, requiring a gain of 3,281 feet, a 5-hour flight, a straight distance flight of 50 kilometers. FAI Gold Badge requires the pilot complete an altitude gain of 3,000 meters, a distance flight of over 300 kilometers, and a duration flight of 5 hours. George's dream was that no young person with a desire to fly should be denied the opportunity due to cost. In 1972, George had an idea. He went to Don, the owner of Sailplane Enterprises, with a proposition. We would organize the Academic Soaring Club. He would lease us a 233 from Monday to Friday for $25 per month. Don had 233s sitting all week, and here was a chance to get young people into soaring at no cost to him. Don agreed, and ASC had access to a sailplane. In 1977, an active group of dental students encouraged George to buy a sailplane, and the club would lease it from him. He purchased a Schweitzer 233 and incorporated the Academic Soaring Club as a nonprofit 501c3 with a priority for training students, staff, and faculty. Timeless tradition, shirt cutting after first solo flight. Schweitzer 2-33, the club glider that George purchased from the Synanon Foundation, originally called the Purple Cow due to its paint configuration. It was repaired and painted many times by George due to mishaps. George's recollection of the glider's final incident was very entertaining. It involved a launch, a passenger, and missing pilot. Luckily, the only injury in the incident was to the sailplane. Under George's stewardship, the Academic Soaring Club has soloed over 100 students and trained 35 plus licensed glider pilots. logged over 4,000 hours of safe flight, and conducted 1,000 plus ground launches. George's dream was like a thermal for young pilots, providing the necessary lift for those who have the will to soar but lack the financial engine to get off the ground. Bob remembers his introduction to the academic soaring club. I saw a van parked on campus with a bumper sticker, "I'd rather be soaring," and went into the graphic studio to see who it belonged to. Cheryl Lassard told us her husband had a soaring club on campus, and a couple hours later, George came by and invited us to learn to fly. Dr. Bill Gorel, Club's first GFIG, Certified Flight Instructor, glider, instructing Bob while auto-towing on Rabbit Dry Lake. Following Lillian's first solo flight, Bill spares her the shirt-cutting ceremony. She got a cold shower instead. On the dry lake, a welcome relief. More instructing while auto-towing on Rabbit Dry Lake. Club's first winch towing along Davis Drive. Winching with this was a little scary. The fun part was, at the end of the day, you got to drive it home. The club was always recruiting new members. For several years, we hosted a film festival at the Loma Linda Gym and set up a display at the Loma Linda Fair. Many planes were repaired in the side yard on Cahuilla Avenue. It got much easier once he moved out to the hangar at Redlands Airport. The Academic Soaring Club trailered a sailplane to Torrey Pines for some legendary bluff soaring. Logbook entry: there's no better seat in the house than a glider cockpit overlooking the San Diego coastline. The club newsletter, letting everyone know that the 233 had moved to El Mirage for the summer. Everyone chipping in on the duster, Bill's all-wood sailplane. FAI Diamond Badge requires the pilot complete an altitude gain of 5,000 meters, a distance flight of over 500 kilometers, and a 300-kilometer flight to goal. In 1989, he married Joanne Jacobson, the mother of Eric and Peter, both born within a month of George's daughters. George taught biology at Mount View Academy and got his PhD in biochemistry from UC Riverside in 1972, then began teaching in the medical and dental biochemistry courses at Loma Linda University. Altogether, he taught 17,000 students during a 60-year career, 1962 to 2022. George was an avid motorcyclist. He crossed the United States 10 times on motorcycle and rode from Mexico to Canada 3 times. He was a builder, 2 sailboats, 2 sailplane trailers, 1 for his LaBelle, 2 teardrop trailers, restored 37 airplanes and sailplanes. George awarded the Wright Brothers Master Pilot Award, presented by the Federal Aviation Administration to recognize pilots with 50 or more years of safe flying. George's mother encouraged his interest in astronomy. He built his first telescope at the age of 13 and has built or helped others build many more since that time. Bob's words speak for us all. George was the architect of our community. A lifetime of friendship and the thrill of the sailplane began with him. He was the godfather of all things soaring, and we are forever grateful for his life and the horizons he opened for us. George, nobody should have this much fun. God must love cars, planes, boats, and motorcycles too, because he sends the money for them miraculously. Thank you, God. Thank you, George, for all you mean to us.